Good day, everyone. We're from Group 9 and we're going to present on social media confessions, factors that influence the intention to confess on social media. My name is Chong Jia Yi with metric number 285485. Now let's begin with our research background. So what does it mean by social media confessionals? It refers to the act of disclosing personal, intimate details online. Over the years, social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and other messaging apps have become popular avenue for self-disclosure and sharing of thoughts, feelings, and experience. So far, other recent researchers explore predictors of social media use more broadly, like personality traits, well-being, and privacy attitudes. However, research focused specifically on motivations behind social media confessions is limited. Problem statement and our key concerns. Social media has transformed how people interact and share personal details online. However, network disclosures alter privacy boundaries compared to face-to-face situations, amplifying reach and risk. Users now confess secrets to audiences of friends, strangers, and micropublics. The rise in non-directed self-disclosures changed privacy expectations. Our goal is to examine how psychological, social, and technological factors shape confession intentions, identify key motivators behind social media confessions, and empowered, inform user sharing decisions. Research questions. Our first question is that what are the factors that drive the intention to confess on social media? And the second question is that to what extent do the factors influence the intention of individuals to confess on social media?
The objective of our research have two. First, we seek to analyze the psychological, social, and technological factors that contribute to an individual intention to confess or disclose sensitive information on social media platform. Second, we aim to quantify the influential of most important factor identified on intention to confess, especially on social media. For the scope, we will survey 20 to 25 years old social media users who have posted or read confessional content over 2 to 3 months. We will collect data through a Google form on the factors impacting online confession. For the significance, this is important because social media enables candid disclosure, yet we lack understanding of how online disinformation affects self-disclosure. Our finding can raise user awareness about oversharing risk and guide platform control. We aim to clarify the psychologies underlying private online confession, a growing trend with consequences for moral behavior and communication qualities. In summary, our study will provide insight into online disinhibition and inform user and platform on managing personal boundary when rebelling secret online.
Hello, doctor. My name is Ooi Hui Yi, metric number 287982. I'm going to present about the online disinhibition effect theory. As defined by Sugar in 2004, online disinhibition effect is a psychological phenomenon where individuals express themselves more openly online than in face-to-face interactions. This theory comprises two main categories, benign and toxic disinhibitions. There are several key factors contributing to this effect, include dissociative anonymity, invisibility, asynchronous communications, and so on. This theory has undergone extensive research. Beyond social media confession, this theory is also useful in understanding cyberbullying. According to the study conducted by Lai and Tsai in 2016 found that people with higher level of online disinhibitions are more prone to participate in aggressive behavior in online environment. While Udris emphasized that both the benign and toxic dimensions play an important role in predicting acts of cyberbullying. This theory provides insights into various aspects of human behavior in digital environments extending beyond social media.
Diffusion of responsibility theory. This theory states that when others are present in a situation requiring intervention, the responsibility to take action becomes diffused across the entire group rather than falling on one person alone. As a result, each individual feels less compelled to intervene compared to if they were the only one present. When applied to the context of social media, we can see how the audience enabled by platforms diffuses users' sense of responsibility over the consequences of their disclosures. Having many others potentially witnessing a personal confession online makes user feels less inhibited about divulging sensitive information publicly. They feel the confession cannot be easily traced back or blamed solely on them as individuals when the responsibility is shared among the broader online group.
Next, we will present about the factors that influence the intention to confess on social media. The first factor is anonymity. According to Clark Gordon in 2019, anonymity can be described as the extent to which a sender of a message perceives that the identity of the source is both unidentified and unspecified. Anonymity is recognized for its ability to boost or increase self-enclosure in both physical and digital environment. With the ability of anonymity functions, people tend to disclose themselves more on social media.
Research shows social support improve well-being and can elevate depression. Online platforms allow people to express themselves and connect with others facing similar problems. Those with conditions like eating disorder, abuse, and depression are more likely to share experience online. Studies found that curving narrative about depression on Instagram and Twitter allow testing identity and getting validation. Social media provides space to disclose personal stories, feeling, appearance, concern, and social needs. This self-impression and interaction can improve outcome for those managing mental illness. In summary, online social support through sharing experience, finding community, and building ties enhance well-being and help people cope with depression. Social media provide key platforms for this disclosure and connection.
Audience composition. Let's start by defining what do we mean by audience composition. This refers to the strength of ties and ratio of close friends versus strangers in one social media network. Research shows that users share more personal details and privacy information with stronger tie connections like close friends. These close friends provide greater comfort, expectation of reciprocity, and lower perceived risk. For instance, studies found that users shared 3 times more health information when the perceived audience was mainly family members rather than strangers. However, other motivations beyond audience composition can also impact disclosure decisions. For factors like fulfilling belongingness needs may drive sharing even with weak connection ties. For example, one study found no difference in personal disclosures made to strong versus weak Twitter ties as both satisfy needs for belongingness.
To define emotional release, expressing emotions on social media known as catharsis helps relieve strong feelings and regain emotional balance. A study found that people share personal information on social media, expecting it to be a source of emotional release. This suggests users view social media as a way to release feelings and relieve tension, turning it into an outlet for personal confessions.
Continuing with the factor privacy concern and control, while social media enables people to openly share personal details and confession, users have privacy worries that can limit their willingness to self-disclose. They want control over who sees sensitive information, fearing judgment if intimate details are shared too widely. Prior research shows perceived privacy risks reduce intention to post personal content online. Similarly, privacy concern lower self-disclosed intentions on platforms like Facebook. So even though social media facilitates confession, users' desire for privacy and control shape whether they actually reveal privacy details about themselves. These factors contribute to the gap between the opportunity and reality of social media confession.
Next, I will explain about the conceptual model and hypothesis. The hypothesis for 1A and 1B is from original concept of online disinhibition effect theory. Hypothesis 1A is perceived anonymity positively affect the intention to confess on social media, while hypothesis 1B is perceived social support positively affect the intention to confess on social media. While hypothesis 2A, B, and C come from various research that consider other factors that might influence the intention to confess on social media. Hypothesis 2A is perceived emotional release. Catharsis is positively affect the intention to confess on social media. Then the second one, hypothesis 2B, is perceived audience composition positively affect the intention to confess on social media. Then the last one, hypothesis 2C, is perceived privacy concern and control positively affect the intention to confess on social media.
Next, I'll continue sharing an overview of our proposed research methodology for investigating factors influencing social media confession intention. First, we will define the core research problem: what motivates individuals to disclose sensitive information online. A comprehensive literature review will provide insights into existing knowledge and gaps. We will then develop hypotheses on key variables potentially driving online confessions, like anonymity or emotional release. These hypotheses will be tested through our research design. A quantitative survey of 50 to 100 students likely to confess on social media will be conducted. By analyzing the data statistically, we can determine the most significant factors influencing confession intention. Finally, we'll interpret the result against prior literature and discuss practical implications. This will expand overall understanding of why people choose to confess sensitive details online. In summary, our multi-phase methodology involves identifying the research issue, performing a literature review, formulating hypotheses, designing a quantitative survey, analyzing results, and discussing discoveries. This approach will provide crucial insights into the question of what motivates online confessions.
Our study suggests that feeling anonymous and seeking emotional release can impact whether people share personal information on social media. We also expect difference in online confession based on age, gender, and cultural background. Our goal is to encourage responsible sharing online by addressing privacy concerns, making it safer for users and platforms. In conclusion, this study delves into the psychology of social media confession using online disinhibition theory. By serving students about factors like anonymity, social support, audience composition, emotional release, and privacy controls, we aim to understand and encourage positive sharing while minimizing risks.